So for more on this space and the investment opportunity there, we want to bring in Lisa Lake Langley, Emerge Capital Management CEO and founder, as part of this week's ETF report brought to you by Invesco QQQ. So Lisa, break all of this down for us. You have 5 ESG ETFs that trade here in the U.S., and I believe they are all managed by female fund managers. So talk to us just about your strategy and why you chose to go with the female fund managers, why that's a priority.
Diversity is a key tenet at Emerge. I'm a majority woman fund company owner. We launched on September 8th and 9th, 5 ETFs in the US and 5 in Canada, the exact same strategies, so that we would make more of a bang, because we wanted to send a very important message to the industry. There is no other program anywhere in the world that just features women portfolio managers. And I've had calls asking me if this is legal. I've had advisors asking me, shouldn't we just be focusing on performance? Why are we focusing on gender? And there's such an industry problem that we have to educate about it a little bit, and they deserve an opportunity. Only 5% of assets in North America are really being managed by women. Less than 11% are actually women portfolio managers. And all this is based on self-reported stats. There is no regulatory compulsory reporting, and that's where the issue lives, right? How do we know that women earn 83% on the dollar, for male and men in similar positions? Because that information is reported. But in the investment industry, you're just a innocuous investment professional. So,
but don't you have a fiduciary duty not to concentrate on gender, but on returns?
I have a fiduciary duty to do what's in the best interest of our unit holders and to identify extremely experienced portfolio managers. And all of these women have over 20 and 25 years of experience. They've managed assets actively in all kinds of climates. They may be new to the ETF space, but these are not, newbies for portfolio management. All very, very senior, have, Morningstar, publicly available information. Anyone can find it.
And Lisa, when it comes to ESG investments, really overall, there certainly has been some backlash as that topic has been debated, just exactly what companies are using, the criteria, whether or not those specific investments should qualify. Are you confident that we are on a road kind of to rebuilding that trust, and that investment interest in ESG is only going to grow from here?
I think the rebuilding of the trust and establishing regulation and getting more scrutiny is an extremely part of anything that's newer, right? What we have had in this greenwashing issue is that companies weren't as aware of all the need to do the detailed work. Every one of our stocks is reviewed and approved. We've hired very talented portfolio managers who are suggesting stocks, and then they're going through a separate team that is also looking at the sustainability features. And we have a practical approach, right? Like, we wouldn't have planes in the sky if we didn't have fossil fuels, but we look for responsible refiners. And what's really important to us is looking for gender and diversity, making sure that companies have good social practices, they're good constituents of their employees and their clients and their communities.
What are some of these funds and what sets them apart?
What sets them apart is they're all actively managed.
If you could name some of them
yes,
in that process.
Okay, perfect. So one of them is called Empower Unified Global Equity, and that buys the individual holdings of each of the underlying 4. And the underlying 4 are Catherine Avery is running sustainable large cap dividend. She calls them dividends with a purpose. Kate Faddis is running our select equity growth. And then we have Josephine Jimenez with emerging markets. And Jane Lee at Zevin is managing our global core. Everyone is off to a very strong start, even though we launched in September, which was kind of like the brave of the bravest, head out.
Certainly, and still is at this point with all that uncertainty out there in the markets. Lisa Lake Langley, great to have you. Thanks so much for joining us here. Emerge Canada CEO and President.